Oh, five Borough Wrestling fans. I am longtime independent wrestling fan Robert. Celtic Clash is now in the books as Five Borough Wrestling had its first show at the American Legion for the first time since late 2014. Great to be back in that building. In a pre-show match, two women from NYWC were showcased as Sammy Pickles defeated Willow Nightingale. On with the main show as Superstar Whiplash defeated the Amazing Red in a one-on-one matchup. During the match, Red was thrown to the guardrail and went flying onto a fan in the front row into the seat right behind him. Talk about a way of going to the chair. Whiplash did pick up the win. In a five-man mayhem match, the Product David Starr defeated Devil's Outlaw Stockade, Big Daddy Dre, Jigsaw, and A-lister #Absolute Alvin Alvarez in a very good matchup. Next, we saw Talon defeat the Grim Reaper. In what was originally going to be a tag team title match, Mega Muscle were set to defend their tag team championship against Flawless and Lawless. However, FBW General Manager PJ Stackpole announced that two more teams be added to the match, and they were none other than the Beaver Boys and Milk Chocolate. The match was on, and Mega Muscle managed to prevail, and they are still officially the tag team champions, even though they still don't have championship belts to show for it. Up next, the Innovator of Violence, Tommy Dreamer, was set to go one-on-one with the Prince of Queens, Brian Myers, but then Indestructible Joey Tell comes out and said that for months he was challenging wrestlers from ECW to come to FBW. And Etel says, now we got the heart and soul of ECW here, Tommy Dreamer. Brian gets the microphone and says to Etel, I was also at ECW on Sci-Fi. And it ended up a three-way matchup. During the bout, hipster heartthrob Casanova Valentine hits the ring and drags Etel from the match practically. And it was back to one-on-one with Dreamer and Myers, and Dreamer picked up the win after he decided to bat 1,000 with the Singapore Cane and nailed Myers with his DDT. Intermission took place after that one. Up next, we saw the Juice, JT Dunn, take on Ethan Carter III, EC3. During this matchup, Carter was out there with Johnny Ferrari, and he had this big, huge megaphone out, and that's when I pulled my megaphone out of my bag, and Ethan Carter III eventually pulled off the win. Up next was the three-way matchup, which saw the Greek God Papa Don defeat Sanjay Dutt and Drew Gulak to retain the heavyweight championship. I don't know, it appeared that something went wrong in the match, and Gulak was laying on the canvas. Eventually, Dutt and Papa Don had come back out, and as Gulak finally managed to get up and he was ready to leave the ring, Papa Don attempted to inflict more punishment, but Gulak, I guess, was ready for him and retaliated, sending Papa Don scurrying from the ring. And the final match of the evening, the Darewolf, PJ Black, known to WWE audiences as Justin Gabriel, defeated the premier athlete Anthony Nese. Wish these guys had a little more time in their matchup, and maybe a rematch in the future would be great. Let's say some personal notes time. Sunny John Pizza on Avenue N. They've got some good food over there, not far from the American Legion. It's great seeing Nicole, Melissa, Mike, Christian, Hyro, Brandon, Cameron, or is it Cameron, Julian. Thank you to Charlie and Josh for driving me to a train station after the show. Surprised they made it to the event. Well, here's one memorable quote I remember. I paid for these, PJ Stackpole, when he noticed the guardrails in front of us falling out of place. Speaking of Stackpole, is it me, or was he trying to dance when Milk Chocolate came out? Here's my wish list for Five Borough Wrestling return on Friday night, April the 10th. I'd like to see Greek God Papa Don defend the heavyweight championship against Drew Gulak one-on-one. I'd like to see Mega Muscle against Flawless and Lawless in a match where if Mega Muscle wins, they finally get physical tag team belts brought into their possession by PJ Stackpole. I'd like to see Indestructible Joey Tell one-on-one with hipster heartthrob Casanova Valentine. And, Maybe a three-way match with Beaver Boys, Milk Chocolate, and the Juicy Product. Now, considering the name of the promotion, Borough Wrestling, I wonder if they ever decide to do shows outside of Brooklyn. I know they did one in Long Island, which is not even a member of the 5 boroughs. I wonder if they will try the Elks Lodge on Queens Boulevard, where various promotions currently run in that building. I did notice the Wrestling Snobs, Joey Shatino and Daniel Ethan in attendance. Phew. Oh, no. Trying to think other stuff that I could recall or remember. Oh, I'd like to see more Stockade and Alvin Alvarez in FBW. Definitely, maybe Drew Gulak, Sanjay Dutt one-on-one April 10th, unless it's going to be Gulak and Papadon for the title. Another memorable quote. I beat the guy in the blue shirt. Ethan Carter III when he noticed me in my Big Boss Man t-shirt. I thought a bigger crowd would have come to this event, but I don't know what the deal was. Well, I will say this was a very good show, and can't wait for April 10th.